NFL Network draft analyst Daniel Jeremiah questioned how Ed Oliver was used by coaches last season. NFL Network draft analyst Daniel Jeremiah questioned how Ed Oliver was used by coaches last season. Photo: Elizabeth Conley, Houston Chronicle, staff photographer. Photo: Elizabeth Conley, Houston Chronicle, staff photographer. NFL Network draft analyst Daniel Jeremiah questioned how Ed Oliver was used by coaches last season. NFL Network draft analyst Daniel Jeremiah questioned how Ed Oliver was used by coaches last season. Photo: Elizabeth Conley, Houston Chronicle, staff photographer. Is Ed Oliver expected to dominate NFL scouting combine? Indianapolis. Ed Oliver confounded blocking schemes with his freakish blend of athleticism and ability to disrupt plays specifically designed to counteract his rare skills. Now, the former University of Houston consensus All-American and Outland Trophy winner is expected to dominate a different kind of competition. Oliver has been training for months in Pensacola, Florida, to prepare for the NFL scouting combine, and he is expected to excel in testing and drills this week at Lucas Oil Stadium. Oliver has been projected throughout the top half of the first round and is hoping to boost his stock with an impressive performance this week. Oliver has drawn some favorable comparisons, ranging from Los Angeles Rams defensive tackle Aaron Donald, the NFL Defensive Player of the Year, to Los Angeles Chargers Pro Bowl outside linebacker Melvin Ingram. At Texas Sports Nation, why combine interviews are crucial for Ed Oliver. At 6'3", 292 pounds, Oliver lacks ideal size for an interior defensive lineman. However, several NFL teams project him as an outside player or would utilize him primarily as a gap-shooting defensive tackle. Ed Oliver, look, he is so dynamic and so explosive, and it's frustrating to watch him because they play him a lot head up over the center, NFL Network draft analyst Daniel Jeremiah said. Talk to some D-line coaches. When you have an athlete like that, they say, why would you line him up blocked? Let him get in a gap and let him get upfield where he can use that quickness and really be disruptive. I think he'll benefit kind of from a move to that 3 technique full-time, park him in there and let him go. Some teams believe they could put him outside and stand him up and see kind of could this be a Melvin Ingram type player for the Chargers on the edge. He's got some versatility to more around there. Oliver had a rough final season for the Cougars before declaring early for the NFL draft. The Westfield graduate missed the majority of 5 games due to a bruised knee, but is fully healthy now. He recorded 54 tackles, 14.5 for losses and 3 sacks. At Texas Sports Nation, Ed Oliver vows to surprise a lot of people. He finished with 193 career tackles, 54 for losses, 13.5 sacks and 6 forced fumbles. The Detroit Lions, selecting 8th overall, are among several teams frequently linked to Oliver, along with the Atlanta Falcons with the 14th overall pick. Because NFL teams are less locked into traditionally sized defensive linemen with the success of undersized athletes like Donald, it paves a path for unique prospects like Oliver. Michigan defensive lineman Rashawn Gary is another elite prospect often linked to the Lions pick. In terms of the Lions, how they would use him, I think that's becoming less and less of a thing, Jeremiah said. I think there's so much of a premium in the quick passing game in the league right now that even some of these traditional two-gap teams, hold-the-point teams, you've got to find somebody that can get some penetration inside because they're finding ways to somewhat neutralize what you're doing off the edge. The ball is just out, you can't get home. So even some of those traditional teams I think are trying to make it work with somebody that's maybe a little bit undersized.